Thank you, Chairman and Ranking Member, and thank you, Secretary Cardona, for being here today. I appreciate that. I have a couple of yes or no questions, and the first is, do you believe the public deserves to know if our adversaries are funneling money into our research institutes? That's the first one. Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and I know other colleagues have talked about that. Do you think it's time we started putting stricter penalties in place for that noncompliance?
Well, it's a more than a yes or no response to that. I think we have to make sure that the systems that we have set up to monitor this and to work with our universities is clear and transparent. And we have to make sure that we're doing our work to due diligence to build up those systems, communicate them. So without having understanding right now specifically about which universities or which programs you're talking about, I would tell you that I am committed to working with you and others to make sure that these concerns are being addressed, looked into, and we're transparently communicating what we're doing.
All right. I'm going to switch topics and just ask you a yes or no, and then we'll go into that. Do you support a woman's right to earn an athletic scholarship, sir?
I support all students' rights to do well in sports and earn scholarships.
Okay. Well, I take that as a yes. And my next question is, why, as a supporter of women's rights to earn a scholarship, did the Department of Education change the definition of Title IX to allow biological men calling themselves women to compete for scholarships against biological women? And why did the department do so via press release rather than the traditional rulemaking without the input of stakeholders?
We emphatically support all students taking advantage of all opportunities in our schools, including athletics, the arts, and that includes transgender students. So that's something that we stand firm with, and we recognize that discrimination against any students is unacceptable, and we stand strong there.
Well, I'm looking at a new national survey that says 74% of Americans want to keep sports single sex. And I have been in the healthcare field as a pharmacist for 35 years, sir, and science tells us that men biologically develop muscle mass much quicker than women. And personally, I believe that you're doing women just such a real disservice by allowing men to compete and win scholarships that should be reserved for biological women. And that's my statement. It's not just me talking, it's 74% of America basically wants single sex sports. So just wanted to get you on the record for that. And I want to yield the balance of my time to Dr. Fox.